Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBSports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
Hopewell Valley High School, home of the Bulldogs, round 2 of the CVC Boys Basketball Tournament, live tonight on the WBCB Sports Network. Hello again, everybody, alongside Daniel McDevitt. My name is Mike Warren. Great to be with you as our boys basketball coverage continues here on the CVC tournament on WBCB. Tonight's game is brought to you by Team Toyota, the Capital Health System, the NJEA, Revere Restaurant, Kessel Dermatology, Notre Dame High School, Jammer Doors and Windows, WBCB, Haldeman Ford, the Italian People's Bakery, the Trentonian, Hyundai of Trenton, Saul Funeral Homes, all proud to bring you today's game, and Mako of Ewing as well here on WBCB tonight. Familiar foes, the Irish of Notre Dame and the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs, met earlier this season on the 16th of January. It was the Irish besting the Bulldogs on their home floor, 37-34, behind 16 points from the junior guard in Will Foley and some clutch free throws down the stretch from the senior in Charlie Scher. The Irish with that victory, that would be the first of what would be a season-changing 8-game winning streak. And since then, the Irish, they've won 9 of their last 10 and looking to continue the winning trend against Hopewell Valley here in round 2 of the CVC tournament tonight as we welcome Daniel McDevitt into our Trentonian pregame festivities. Daniel, an exciting one here tonight. Hopewell Valley 15-5, Notre Dame at 14-7. The 6th seed travels to take on the 3 seed, and when these two schools get together, it's always a fun time.
Yeah, we got 2 top-tier squads here going at it. The Irish, who fought to be here, you got them coming in at 6th seed, looking to advance in the tournament, and they got the win over Hopewell Valley just earlier in the year, so they're gonna want to look to do that again. Hopewell Valley obviously knowing a few things coming into this game now. They have a bit more experience on the Irish, but just before this tournament started, they had a 2-game losing streak that went into quite a skid, but looks like they bounced back as they move into the second round of the tournament.
And for the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs, led by Milan Desai, averaging 12 points per game, the dual sport athlete recently committed to Johns Hopkins to further both his academic and athletic careers on the gridiron. Congratulations to Milan Desai, as well as Notre Dame's Wyatt Moore. Wyatt Moore recently continuing his athletic and academic career. He also will be playing football next season. And Wyatt Moore, congratulations to him, as Wyatt, I believe he committed, just double checking my notes here, that's right, Stonehill College, a Division I program. Wyatt Moore and Milan Desai, a couple of studs on the gridiron, 2 key role players for both of these teams on the hardwood here tonight. And that's a matchup to watch in this one. They might not go up against each other specifically, but both of these guys spark plugs for their team. On the score sheet, Milan Desai does that for Hopewell Valley, but for what Wyatt Moore lacks on the score sheet, he makes up for with effort, intensity level, and athleticism. As the last time these two teams met, that is, Wyatt Moore walked away with 3 blocked shots against the 6'6" Ethan Rich. Wyatt Moore is 5 feet 9 inches tall, so that's a pretty impressive feat for him to be leaping as high as he did to block a 6'6" Ethan Rich, not once, not twice, but 3 times the last time these two teams met, and that was a big reason why the Irish were able to escape their home floor with a 37-34 victory. It's been a back-and-forth affair the last 5 between these two schools, and Notre Dame looking to continue the winning trend tonight. For Hopewell Valley, they're looking for a trip to the CVC semis in the inaugural tournament season, and again, a Hopewell Valley team that lost a ton of talent last year, but has come back this year, Daniel, revamped, rejuvenized, and what has returned has turned into key players for Hopewell Valley in Jude Berman running the show at the point, Milan Desai and Ethan Rich, a couple of guys that were, maybe you could say some of them were role players a season ago. Since they've been thrusted into the starting lineup, they've been leaders and they've handled it well.
Yeah, what an incredible season they've had, coming in this game with a 15-5 record already on the season, and just a lot of superstars in this squad. I mean, like you said, Milan Desai, both a two-way player on the gridiron and on the court. And then even Ethan Rich, who's got the height at 6'6", he has been incredible all season long for them. 217 points on the season, 114 rebounds. He is just so well playing in the paint, especially if most of his points coming from the two-point, obviously. And 90 points he scored from the two-point line. Or sorry, from the 2 points. And like you said, big tournament game. Both squads moving in here. They're looking to take on either a Hightstown or Lawrence squad.
Lawrence and Hightstown, one of the matchups tonight. A 3-game slate on WBCB as we dip into our girls coverage of the CVC basketball tournament. Notre Dame and Trenton doing battle in the girls side tonight at Notre Dame. You can catch that one on WBCB. And of course, Ewing at Trenton, the second time those two teams have met this season. That game on WBCB starting at 5:30 here tonight. Officials now meeting with both of these teams. And again, you mentioned it, Daniel, familiarity with both of these squads as they've seen each other once this season. We talked about it with Notre Dame winning the last time out. 16 points in that game from their leading scorer, Will Foley, who's averaged about 20 per game this season. Foley's been phenomenal as a junior this year, and the Irish have been phenomenal on this stretch, winning 9 of their last 10 of late. But really, the switch flipped when they were able to beat this Hopewell Valley squad. As we mentioned before, that was the first of the 8-game win streak for Notre Dame, and you saw a switch flip for them in that game and taking on a new identity of a fast-paced, defensive savvy squad. That's been the key for Notre Dame over their winning ways of late.
Yeah, they got the win over West Windsor Plainsboro South for Hopewell Valley. That was a 63-24 win, so an absolutely dominating statement win to especially build the confidence heading into this game against a much tougher opponent being the Notre Dame Irish.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups tonight. Don't forget, you miss any of today's action, read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. The Trentonian, the only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. Starting lineups first for Hopewell Valley tonight. Cooper Breeler, the sophomore, in the backcourt with Milan Desai and Jude Berman. Kyle Yadamick, the junior, rounds out the front court with the 6'6" forward Ethan Rich, who averages 11 points per night. So again, it's Breeler, Desai, Berman, Yadamick, and Rich, the starting 5 for Hopewell Valley under head coach Matt Stein. At 15-5, the 3 seed in this tournament. And Daniel, we had a little bit of a moment to speak with Matt Stein. He came over to the table and reintroduced himself again, said hello and everything, and thanked us for coming out, as he always does, the WBCB crew. But I said, Matt, this should be an exciting one tonight, don't you think? And he said all of the games on WBCB tonight are exciting. All the games that are in the CVC tournament, it really is a coin flip. You don't know who could come out on top, and that is the beauty of the CVC tournament. The first year, the inaugural edition of this CVC tournament, but a 15-team format, as we did not get to see the last 2 years of the Mercer County tournament. When you expand that field, you open up the field for upsets, and we've had a couple of upsets already. We'll probably get a couple of more before the night is over, as the Irish are introduced here for the first time tonight, sporting the road white uniforms with the Carolina blue numbers and letters across the chest and on the back. Will Foley in the starting lineup with Charlie Schur, Miles Rankin, Wyatt Moore, and Josh Gitete, the 6'5" senior in the middle. Wyatt Moore, a new addition to the starting lineup, but since he's been added, the Irish have done just about nothing but win, and he adds a jolt in terms of tenacity and effort level on both sides of the floor. So again, for the Irish at 14-7 under head coach Tim Stevens, coming off a 51-47 victory over Hamilton West in round 1. It's Will Foley, Charlie Schur, Miles Rankin, Wyatt Moore, and Josh Gitete. Starting lineup for Hopewell Valley, it's Dean Mantuano in the backcourt with Cooper Breeler. Milan Desai getting the start tonight. Kyle Yadamick gets the start, and Ethan Rich as well. Jude Berman coming off the bench tonight. A correction, and my apologies on the error the first time around. So it's Breeler, Desai, Yadamick, Rich, and Mantuano, the starting lineups. Well, Honor America, we'll step aside real quick on WBCB high school basketball coming up next.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision.
A highly anticipated matchup. Anytime these two square off, the Irish of Notre Dame on the road at the home of the Bulldogs, Hopewell Valley High School. The scene for this one here tonight. Ethan Rich at mid-floor with Milan Desai. With Josh Gatete to jump ball. Rich wins the tip. The Bulldogs begin with possession and we're underway. Rich goes to work quickly, turnaround, can't get the roll. Second chance, batted out, and last touched by the Irish. It stays Hopewell Valley to begin with possession tonight.
Yeah, you know Hopewell Valley is going to try to use Rich in the paint as much as they can.
Desai on the drive, kicks, corner, Rich, a three, it's good. Ethan Rich stretching the floor and burying the corner triple. And the Bulldogs giving some noise from their student section.
Scratch that, he'll take the shot from the corner.
Miles, Rankin, and Foley, they break the full court pressure. Already feel the intensity in this one. Foley works it around, here's Rankin, Desai on him. Gatete trying to get free, as is sure. They'll go into Gatete in the post, and a walk. Tim Stevens doesn't agree to start. A turnover back the other way. Here comes Hopewell Valley back with possession and a 3-0 lead. Mantuano, corner, it's Rich. More on him, they want to post up. They like that matchup. Mantuano puts it on the deck, gets inside, dump down pass. Breeler, he walked. Breeler left all alone, one too many steps. And possession back with Notre Dame, 3-0 the score. Bulldogs in front. Rankin and Foley taking their time, breaking the press. Full court diamond press to start from Hopewell Valley. Dump down, Gatete pushed off his line, doesn't matter. He'll finish for two over Desai. Steal, other way, Rankin fouled, and he'll shoot two.
Beautiful play there by the Irish to read that pass.
Miles Rankin, the senior guard, does a lot of his damage early on in the first quarter. Averages just about 5 points per game for Notre Dame. Here he is shooting two at the line. Rankin and Foley, they man the backcourt for the Irish, and Foley, the leading scorer for Notre Dame, said that Miles Rankin, the best passer he's ever played with. As he sinks the first. Knotted up at three as Rankin splits a pair at the line. Soaring in is Mantuano for the rebound. Rankin all over Mantuano, nowhere to go. Gets in the lane, kicks, but it's stolen by Moore. Here's Foley, up ahead, transition. Foley passes, floater, Rankin off the glass for 2 more. Notre Dame with its first lead of the night, 5-3, and here comes the press. Breeler, skip pass, Mantuano has it poked down. Rich flushes it in.
Both student sections here rowdy and ready for tonight's game. They know how much this tournament game means to both squads.
Here's Charlie Scher. Huge down the stretch in the 37-34 victory back on January 16th for Notre Dame. Foley, a shot at 3. It's good. Foley says hand down, man down. Knocks that one down to start. 1 for 1 from the field for Will Foley. Yadamick kicks. Mantuano floats, too strong. Rebound Gatete, it's Foley. Foley pulls up from the line. He's hit and he'll shoot 2. They'll get Yadamick on the foul call, a bit too aggressive, and Yadamick made some early contact right around midcourt with Charlie Scher. And then again catching Foley from behind. First shot from Foley is good at the line. He's got 4 early on to start. Notre Dame in front by 4. Second shot rims out. Notre Dame 2 for 4 at the line to start tonight. Here's Mantuano. Breeler. Now Desai. Rich in the post, turnaround and hits.
Rich having an incredible start to the game with 7 points now.
Here's Charlie Scher, down low, Rankin is blocked. Mantuano sends it away. Yadamick, Rich, corner jumper, no good. Rebound by Gatete, up ahead it's Foley. Foley pushes it forward, gets in the lane, floats it up, can't finish. Rich with a rebound. 9-7 the score. Ethan Rich with all 7 for Hopewell Valley. Desai off the window, his first 2 of the night.
Hopewell Valley playing a tight defense here, pressing well.
It's Rankin into the front court, and he draws a whistle against Dean Mantuano. And Jude Berman going to come into the game off the bench. Berman going to come in for Cooper Breeler. Nines on the scoreboard, 3:23 to go here in the first. Here's Will Foley. Wyatt Moore gets it over to Rankin. Nearing the 3-minute mark in the first quarter. Notre Dame trying to get some action on the baseline with one of their bigs in Gatete or Scher. Nothing there to start. Scher, corner. Over to Moore, he'll get it back. Foley thought about a 3. He'll drive in, kick out. Rankin, corner triple on the way. No good. Rebound by Desai. Desai jumbled up but gets it over to Mantuano. Dean Mantuano gets inside, kicks corner. Yadamick won't count because Wyatt Moore gives up the body and takes the charge.
Student section loving the effort there.
Here's Miles Rankin. Works it over to Wyatt Moore. Back to Rankin. Down low, Gatete on the mismatch, and other way it goes as Rankin's pass a bit too far. Berman lost his dribble, passes it up ahead, it's Breeler. Desai drives, floats, and hits. Milan Desai with 4, Bulldogs in front by 2. Foley, step back, Trey, too strong. Rich pokes the board over to Desai. Here's Berman. Corner, Berman, down low, it's Rich. Turnaround, blocked by Gatete. Foley has it. Works it over to Gatete, now Rankin. The Irish will set up their offense. Rankin driving, kicking, it's Sure. Foley, hounded by Yadamick, kicks out to Rankin. Kick, Moore, catch and shoot 3. Rims out, rebound Yadamick. Pushes it up ahead, Desai, transition 3. No, rebound hauled in by Rankin. Up ahead, it's Moore. Transition. Whistles are silent. Should have been a blocking foul and 1 as Yadamick hits the deck. Wyatt finishes through the contact. 11's on the scoreboard. Rich lines up a 3. No good. Gatete with the board. Notre Dame will slow down the pace.
The Irish doing a great job of controlling their possessions, letting the play develop.
Tied at 11. Irish want to play for the last shot. Will Foley milking the clock right in front of us here at the table at midcourt. Works it into the right corner. Desai on him, gets a screen from Gatete. 2-man action, Foley to Rankin. 6 seconds, Gatete catch and shoot 3. Off the glass and in. Final seconds. Berman lets it fly, it won't count. Gatete's 3 beats the buzzer. A similar feeling to the end of the first quarter the first time these two teams met, as the Irish ended 3 quarters on buzzer beaters to gain momentum. They do so to end the first here from Hopewell Valley. 14-11, a quick timeout and back with more on WBCB.
Capital Health Primary Care Network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields.
Jammer Doors and Windows, proud to sponsor tonight's game on WBCB. Jammer Doors and Windows since 1920 in both Pennsylvania and Lawrenceville, New Jersey. 1 quarter down, Notre Dame leading by 3, 14-11 to score. Alongside Daniel McDevitt, my name is Mike Warren. Great to be with you. High logo, the Irish. Gatete tied up with Desai. Jump ball is the call, and possession back with Hopewell Valley. Notre Dame gets into their press. Yadamick clears the timeline. Corner, Rich. Desai, catch and shoot 3 on the way. It's good. Desai with 7 and ties it back up for the Bulldogs at 14. Moore over to Gatete. Thought about a triple. Works it over. Here's Rankin looking for Foley. Dumps it down low to Gatete. Bobbles, handles, puts it up. Can't finish. Berman corner feed to Breeler and immediately gets it back. Under 7 to play here in the first half. Berman driving on Rankin, nothing there. Works it out, it's Rich. Berman will drive, baseline left, puts it up and in. Jude Berman, his first 2 of the night. Bulldogs in front by a deuce. Wyatt Moore. Foley. Rankin looking for space, not much there in that left corner. He'll pull it out. Rankin resets. Foley barks out the play and digs back deeper into the right corner. Here's Schur. Trying to get free from Desai. He pokes it free. Foley back on Desai. Puts it up. Can't finish. Poked out free. It's Berman. Moore on Berman. Kyle Yadamick. Looking for his first points of the night. Rich pounds it into the corner. Desai lines up a 3. Can't hit. Rebound by Breeler. Yadamick to Breeler. Now Berman. Bulldogs driving. It's Berman. Left hand blocked by Moore. And they're going to call a shooting foul.
Tough one to take there. The Irish clearly showing some disagreement about the call.
The foul goes against Josh Gitete. Berman sinks the first at the line.
Opportunity to make this a 2-score game.
Perfect at the line is Jude Berman. And Hopewell Valley with their earliest and largest lead at 4. High post feed, it's Gitete, Rich on him. Foley gets a switch onto Berman. Here's Rankin. Schur, elbow extended. Has it stripped, but gets it back. Works it over to Moore. Tough possessions here for the Irish. Not much to come from these offensive looks. Not many looks there have been to come by. Moore muscles it up and in for 2. Ball gets tabbed out of bounds. Last touch by the Irish and an inbound to come for Hopewell Valley in front of their own bench. 4:44 to play in the second quarter. Into Berman. 2-2-1 from the Irish. The Bulldogs break that. Working on over to Desai. Driving, almost stripped by Moore. Here's Yadamick. Spinning, scooping, but he walked. Bulldogs not in agreement with that call, of course.
Seemed like both coaches were looking for 2 different calls. Hopewell Valley there wanting the foul. Or sorry, the walk.
Schur works it over to Moore. Notre Dame trailing by 2. Rankin controlling. Hopewell Valley doing everything to keep the ball out of Will Foley's hands and doing just that. Here's Schur, the senior, works it around. Rankin, baseline drive, poked out of bounds, last touch by Jude Berman. Rankin will inbound. Here's Foley in the corner. Desai there, and a foul going to be called against Milan Desai. A quick foul called at that. Looked like Desai might have had Foley tied up there for a jump ball. That's at least what he was pleading. Here's Rankin on the inbound. Corner, it's Foley. Drives, pumps, feeds. Moore, 2 more. 6 for Wyatt Moore here in the first half, and an assist from Will Foley. Desai Breaks the press himself, works it over to Berman. Tied at 18. Moore on Rich. Kick out, Berman. Can't hit. Rankin with a board. Up ahead pass, it's Sure. Back out, Tate lines up a three. Too strong off the window. Desai with the rebound. He'll calm it down for the Bulldogs. Gets a screen, drives in. And a blocking foul to call. One official called charge, the other called block, and it's the baseline official with the overruling call of a blocking foul.
Interesting call, but the referee having the best view of it.
Bulldogs keep possession. Corner, it's Cooper Breeler on the drive, has it stripped. Rankin comes up with it. Up ahead pass, Foley into the corner. He'll pull it out and reset for the Irish. Tied at 18, under 3 to play. Pass, batted, and a foul comes in. I think this is against Cooper Breeler. Camara to inbound, Rich hounding him. They dump it into Foley in the corner. Foley, baseline drive, pass, goes through the legs of Moore as Foley hits the deck. Christian Hyde into the game for the first time for Hopewell Valley. As the Bulldogs in a bit of early foul trouble.
Strong press defense there to draw the ball free.
Berman gets a screen from Rich, thought about a three, mismatch. Rich with Camara on him. Hyde into the corner, it's Breeler. Berman on the drive. Pulls out to Yadamick, lines up a triple, can't hit. Batted free, Hyde has it, works it out to Berman, they'll reset. Breeler lines up a triple. Too strong off the heel. Rankin with a board. Pass up ahead, it's Moore. Pumps, gets hit, whistle silent, and a block from Rich. Turned over back Hopewell Valley's way. Here's Rich. Posting up from beyond the three-point line. Berman with a three, it's good. Six in the quarter and 6 on the night for Jude Berman. Bulldogs by 3. Foley in the lane. Whistle silent again. Took a ton of contact. 21-18 Hopewell Valley. Yadamick, right wing extended. He'll drive, float, left it short, but Breeler's there on the follow. Breeler with his first 2 points. Tim Stevens needs a timeout, and he's gonna have a word with the official. A couple of missed calls that definitely should have gone Notre Dame's favor on the other end, as the contact seldomly seen on one side of the floor down the stretch. A 5-point lead for Hopewell Valley, 23-18 the score. And the Bulldogs doing a good job spacing the floor and taking advantage of said space, Daniel.
Yeah, Hopewell Valley, they've just been doing an incredible job, especially in the latter half of the second period, where we saw a bit of a scoring drought take place. They've really been able to flourish in the latter part of it. Their defense just incredibly strong. They've been playing such a tight press defense that has just worked out so well in their favor.
If your school would like a game, any sport, video streamed like the one you're watching, contact WBCB Sports Director Brianne O'Neill at Brianne@WBCB1490.com. That's Brianne at WBCB1490.com. And you are listening to the Haldeman Ford Game of the Day. Haldeman Ford celebrating their 50th anniversary on Route 33 in Hamilton Township, and hope you enjoy today's game. 1:14 to go here in the first quarter. The Bulldogs with their largest lead of the night at 5. And a timeout taken by Notre Dame, looking for some composure out of the break. Musa Camara remains in for Notre Dame. And a 1-2-2 press, and backing back into their half-court defense now are the Bulldogs. Foley works it over to Rankin. Sure, Camara. Here's Moore. Yadimick on Moore. Cutting, Moore gets hit. No whistle again. Here's Breeler, working it around Hyde. Berman. Breeler pulls it out and resets. Hopewell Valley, deliberate passing. Breeler on the cut, finishing for 2. Up to 7 is the lead for the Bulldogs. Final seconds. Foley pulls from 3 and hits. Big response. Shot at the buzzer won't go. It's a 4-point Hopewell Valley lead thanks to Will Foley, who cut it to 4 on his triple. And a brief moment before the teams hit the locker room is some confusion on the scoring. We'll see if it's a 2 or a 3. Looked like the arm signal from the official was that it was a 3.
Everyone's giving their input, so.
They're giving a 3 on the scoreboard for now. And that 21st point, as the refs head to the halftime locker room, stays on the board. It is a 3 from Will Foley. It's a 25-21 game. We'll tally up the first half numbers, a first half recap, second half action. The Trentonian halftime show is coming up next on WBCB. 25-21, Hopewell Valley on top of Notre Dame here in the quarterfinals of the CVC tournament.
Vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields, major body, and frame damage. Free estimates, 24-hour towing, most insurance accepted, and loaners available. Haldeman Collision works with all makes and models. They'll go out of their way to getting your car back in brand new condition. Haldeman Collision, conveniently located 20 minutes from Langhorne, Princeton, and Ewing on Route 33 in Hamilton Township.
Generation Z members and millennials with young families. If you're looking for a great place to dine and watch all your favorite sporting events and you can't afford Center City restaurant prices, then settle back at the Pines Tavern in Bristol Borough. This is the place to take your family, including your children, for affordable, top-quality food, including their homemade meatloaf, pan-seared chicken breast, or their fish and chips, and plus many other dinner options. The Pines Tavern also has great sandwiches, like their South Philly pork or their Angus burgers. Multiple TVs to watch all your favorite sporting events, and check out their Facebook page for live entertainment. The Pines Tavern, here yesterday, here today, and proud to serve the next generation of families at the fork in the road at Radcliffe Street in Bristol. Open 7 days from 11:30 a.m. and Sundays from noon.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time, where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. Hamilton Township in Mercer County is fortunate to have many fine businesses that serve our community. Saul Funeral Home is a fourth-generation family-owned business proud to support our local schools and community. Their compassionate and caring staff is there for you and your family. They'll bring the closure you deserve while also celebrating the life of your loved one. Visit their website at saulfuneralhomes.com. That's saulfuneralhomes.com. Saul Funeral Home at 3795 Nottingham Way, Hamilton Square.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota is the choice for your next vehicle purchase or service this season. With new Toyota models available for immediate delivery and over 100 certified used and pre-owned vehicles for any budget, plus service specials to keep you on the road to victory. Shop or schedule online at teamtoyota.net or choose one of our 3 locations in Langhorne, Glen Mills, or Princeton. Are you part of the team?
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields, major body, and frame damage. Free estimates, 24-hour towing, most insurance accepted, and loaners available. Haldeman Collision works with all makes and models. They'll go out of their way to getting your car back in brand new condition. Haldeman Collision, conveniently located 20 minutes from Langhorne, Princeton, and Ewing on Route 33 in Hamilton Township.
Generation Z members and millennials with young families. If you're looking for a great place to dine and watch all your favorite sporting events and you can't afford Center City restaurant prices, then settle back at the Pines Tavern in Bristol Borough. This is the place to take your family, including your children, for affordable, top-quality food, including their homemade meatloaf, pan-seared chicken breast, or their fish and chips, and plus many other dinner options. The Pines Tavern also has great sandwiches, like their South Philly pork or their Angus burgers. Multiple TVs to watch all your favorite sporting events, and check out their Facebook page for live entertainment. The Pines Tavern, here yesterday, here today, and proud to serve the next generation of families at the fork in the road at Radcliffe Street in Bristol. Open 7 days from 11:30 a.m. and Sundays from noon.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time, where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
One half in the books, and an eerily similar feeling to the first time these two teams met back on January 16th. A 4-point game at the half, this time in favor of Hopewell Valley. 25-21 the score. And let's take a look at the numbers at the half, brought to you by the Trentonian. Don't forget, you miss any of today's action, read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. Well, the Bulldogs with 3 different members with 7 points apiece. Milan Desai with 7, Jude Berman and Ethan Rich, the 3 of them combining for 21. Cooper Breeler with 4 of his own, and that's how you get 25 if you are the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs. For Notre Dame, trailing by 4 at the half. They are led by Will Foley with 7. Right behind him, Wyatt Moore with 6. Josh Gatete with 5. Miles Rankin with 3. The Irish outscored in the second quarter 14-7 after outscoring Hopewell Valley 14-11 in the opening frame. Daniel, in half number 2, what do you think are some of the keys for both of these teams in order to come away with a win?
I think a big part of this game was the penalties that were called on throughout the game. So you got to make sure, especially the coaching staff, enforcing that you got to play a clean game here. It's been a heavyweight matchup as we've seen all game, just both squads going shot for shot. It's just going to be about playing some clean ball and playing the ball you've been playing all year.
Staying out of foul trouble, definitely going to be a key to success down the stretch for both of these teams. One of those teams that was lingering in terms of foul trouble early on definitely was more so Hopewell Valley than Notre Dame, as they had to dig into the bench a little bit earlier than normal. Christian Hyde came in off the bench to spell Dean Mantuano, who picked up a couple of early fouls in the first half. One half down, another one to come here on WBCB, and a trip to the CVC tournament semifinals on the line, as we will have coverage through the entirety of the tournament. The semifinals next Wednesday, the 12th, and the championship on the 15th. And you can catch all that action right here on WBCB. Proud to sponsor tonight's game, the Italian People's Bakery at 63 Butler Street in Chambersburg. The Italian People's Bakery since 1936. Can't forget about Haldeman Ford, celebrating 50 years of business and supporting our community. Haldeman Ford on Route 33 in Hamilton Township.
16 minutes to make or break their seasons here.
Irish begin with possession. This is Will Foley. Over to Wyatt Moore. Both teams with their original starting 5s on the floor. Moore gets it over to Rankin. Foley hounded by Yadamick. Irish taking their time getting into their first offensive set. It's a cutting Gatete. Can't finish through traffic. Rebound, Wyatt Moore. Second chance for Notre Dame. He'll drive baseline, put it up and in. Strong finish from Wyatt Moore. Give him 8. Yadamick into the right wing corner, finds Ethan Rich. A step inside the three-point line. Here's Milan Desai, looks over to the bench and gets the signal from Matt Stein. Breeler gets a screen from Rich, takes it in on Gatete, works it out, back to Rich. Rich will drive baseline, kick out, corner, Desai, catch and shoot 3. Can't get it to go, poked free. And last touched by Milan Desai. Desai and Moore closed in on the loose ball. A 50-50 ball to the tee. And that one won by Notre Dame, last touch by Desai. Sure. Foley wanted it. Moore holds on. Works it to Rankin. Foley. Desai on him. Here's Charlie Scher. Over to Rankin. Nearing 6 minutes here in the third. Notre Dame can take the lead with a triple. Cutting is Gatete. Thought he got hounded by Rich. And that goes back Hopewell Valley's way. Good defense that time from Ethan Rich on the low block. He's made things difficult inside tonight. Rich, corner. Mantuano, baseline drive, and was looking for Desai on the wing, but he started to cut. Pass goes awry and out of play.
miscommunication there. Seemed like a mistake, player out of position.
Breeler on Scher. One dribble and loses it, now works it over to Gatete. Foley, a healthy three. Won't drop for him. Breeler skies for the board, works it over to Yadamick. Here come the Bulldogs. Skip pass to Desai. Pumps, drives, floats, can't hit. Bodies hit the floor. Numbers for Notre Dame. Moore to Rankin. And the Bulldogs get back. A couple of missed travels from both of these teams to start the second half. Whistles have stayed silent.
Yeah, it's a much quieter period than what we saw in the second period especially.
Foley thought about a three, has Rich on him. He likes this matchup. Goes right at him. Foley in the lane. And they'll call a travel while he's dribbling. All Foley can do is laugh at that one, as does Tim Stevens. Still mid-dribble, got called for the walk, and Tim Stevens just laughing, shaking his head. Here comes a pass towards us. Yadamick bats it down. Skip pass, batted away by Miles Rankin. It stays with Hopewell Valley. Of all the missed travels that they simply just missed, they called one while a guy was dribbling. I didn't expect that one tonight. Here's Desai on the drive, floats it up, can't hit, gets his own miss, and gets the roll this time. Milan Desai with 9. Bulldogs now by 4. This is Charlie Scher. Looking for a mismatch. They've got it. Gatete posted up on Berman. They'll go high-low, count it, and a chance at one more. Josh Gatete taking advantage of the mismatch with the undersized Jude Berman on him. Draws the contact and a chance at one more at the stripe. Gatete sinks the and one. It's a 1-point game. 4:23 to play in the third. Pass almost stolen by Foley, and a foul comes in. First team foul against Notre Dame, first foul against Foley. Here's Berman. Gets inside, floats it high off the window, can't get it to drop. Charlie Scher gets the rebound and draws the foul against Berman. Notre Dame can take the lead with a field goal. Rankin to Scher. Another mismatch with Gatete on Yadamick. Spins, cutting Rankin, back out Gatete. Lob back door, Gatete gets hit. Ball goes flying out of bounds and last touched by Hopewell Valley. Physicality ramping up just a bit. Rankin on the inbound, dumps it in, it's Foley. Pumps, shoots, must have been blocked. Letting these guys play tonight is this officiating crew. Here's Charlie Scher. Over to Rankin. Foley trying to get free from Milan Desai, but he's on him like glue. Scher straight away three. No good, off the heel. Moore chases down the rebound into the corner. Rankin, Gatete, he'll line up a three. Can't hit. Batted about and hauled in by Yadamick.
Quite polar opposite officiating than what we saw in the first half. Felt like whistles were all you heard the entire first half. Now it's quite silent.
Letting him play down the stretch of this CVC quarterfinal matchup. Yadamick goes low to Rich, stolen by Gatete. Under 3 here in the third. Notre Dame still trailing by 1. Hopewell Valley, they've been magnificent on the defensive side tonight. Scher on the low block, reverse blocked by Desai. Berman pushing the issue. Euros in, gets fouled, and he'll head to the line to shoot 2.
opportunity here as they could extend their lead to 3.
Berman at the line shooting a pair. And I believe the foul called against Josh Gatete, it was his 3rd foul. Something to monitor for Notre Dame. Berman can't hit the first. Second shot from Berman, that rims out. Moore comes up with a rebound. Berman 0 for 2 at the line, a rare sight. One of the better free throw shooters for the Bulldogs. Foley jabs at Yadamick, launches in his face and hits. Will Foley with a big-time 3 in double figures with 10. Notre Dame back up by 2 and a timeout from Tim Stevens. Jab, jab, fire away. That's the method from Will Foley as he hits a huge 3 right in the face of Kyle Yadamick. 29-27 the score. And this one, what more can you ask for? The Italian People's Bakery, proud to support high school sports on WVCB. Visit their signature location, 63 Butler Street in Chambersburg since 1936. And don't forget, you miss any of today's action, read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. The Trentonian, the only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian, and good to see our friend Greg Johnson from the Trentonian out in the stands tonight. He'll have a post-game recap of this one in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. 29-27, back and forth on the seesaw, up and down we go here from Hopewell Valley. Notre Dame leading by a deuce. Bulldogs can regain the lead with a 3. Berman works it over. It's Desai. Moore on Desai. Elijah Ale back into the game for the first time. Desai hits a 3. 5 in the quarter for Desai. He's got 12. Hopewell back up by 1. Foley steps back, kicks over to Rankin. Inside, gets fouled, and Foley will head to the line for 2 as he draws the contact. I believe it's against Ethan Rich. That's just the first foul against Rich.
Like I said during halftime, it's like a heavyweight bout here right now. Both teams just going shot for shot, score for score. That's why it's such a tight game.
Foley hits the first at the line. Second shot is good as well. Back in front are the Irish by 1. Here's Desai. Down low pass. It's Rich with Hale on him. Double teamed, and a foul comes in. Wow. Triple team came to meet Rich, and just a little too much on the arm as the whistle gets called, or blown rather. Breeler to inbound. Looking for Berman, Rankin all over him. Berman hauls it down. Kicks it on out, it's Yadamick. Desai, jabbing on Moore, driving, kicking. Yadamick catch and shoot 3, can't hit. And an over the back foul, the call against Ethan Rich. It's his second foul. That's the 4th team foul now against Hopewell Valley. One more until Notre Dame shoots free throws. Minute and change remain here in this third quarter. Foley over to Rankin. Pass into Foley, up and in for 2. Will Foley with 14 to lead all scorers. Notre Dame by 3. Rich pounds it into the corner. Berman sidesteps, pulls from 8, and banks it in for 2. 9 for Jude Berman. Back to a 1-point game. Foley has it stripped. Desai on the run out. And a bailout foul call. Desai had no control of that basketball and just batted it out of bounds. And that foul call, I mean, that's about as questionable as they come tonight.
Yeah, and I want to
no control on that drive at all.
Back with the steal, there was a very questionable no call, as it looked like.
And that's what Tim Stevens is having a word with as well, is the first shot can't go in for Desai, who had some words for some of the Irish trying to defend him, but
it seemed like Foley got clipped there by Desai, and it seemed clear as day, but whistle stay silent for it.
Second shot won't fall either. Rich with a board. Here's Breeler, and the Bulldogs will reset. Desai 0 for 2. Berman, final seconds, pulls from the free throw line and hits. Berman beats the buzzer. Bulldogs with the momentum. 1 quarter to play. A trip to the CVC semis on the line.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
Hyundai of Trenton, the area's fastest growing auto dealership at 1655 North Olden Avenue in Ewing Township. Proud to sponsor tonight's game and hopes you enjoy it. Fourth quarter underway. Bulldogs leading 34-33. And with possession, it's Breeler. Works it up to Rich. Elijah Ale remaining in the game for the Irish. Desai a healthy 3. Nothing. Saved and hauled in by Will Foley. He'll slow it down. More high post over to Rankin. Works it over to Schur. Trying to get Foley free. Mantuano on him. Foley lets it fly. Straight on from 3. Can't get it to roll. Poked free and hauled in. This time it's Desai. Pushing the issue into the corner. Mantuano catch and shoot 3. Can't hit. Rebound by Ale. Here's Foley. Schur driving. Blocked inside. Rebound Breeler. Here come the Bulldogs. Rankin almost had it. Corner, it's Mantuano. A 1-point game in favor of Hopewell Valley. It's Berman driving on Rankin, pumps, scoops, gets the roll. Jude Berman putting on a clinic. 6 in the second half, 13 on the night. Foley from Rankin. Gets inside, has it stripped again, it's Desai. Other end, and a jump ball called this time. Back with possession are the Irish. Getete comes in, Elijah Ale comes out. A 3-point lead for Hopewell Valley.
This one is going to come down to the wire.
High-low into Gatete, puts it up and in for two. That play has worked pretty well tonight for Notre Dame. Back to a one-point game. Rich in the corner. Pass batted, stolen. Foley takes contact and finishes. No whistle again. Notre Dame bench irate. Berman across the timeline. 37-36. Mantuano driving, floating, can't hit. Rich with a rebound. Breeler resets. Under 5. Desai over to Jude Berman. Desai driving and a foul is called. It goes against Gatete, who tried to pick his pocket but got too much of Desai. The whistle is blown, the 4th foul now against Gatete. 4:40 to go, and now Elijah Ale will come back in. Bulldogs to inbound, they get it to Yadamick. Works it over to Berman. There's 4 points here in the quarter. Ball last touched by the Irish, stays with Desai. Correction, 6 total points in the quarter. 4 from the Irish, 2 from Hopewell Valley. Breeler to inbound on the baseline. Looking for Berman. They go to Yadamick. Almost a miscue there from Hopewell Valley. Berman on the drive, gets hit, and gets a whistle. Berman at the line, shooting 2, the junior. 0 for 2. His second trip to the line in the third quarter. Can't get the first. Could read Milan Desai's lips from here right away. Just pats Berman on the chest and tells him to relax.
The winner of this matchup going against either Hightstown or Lawrence in the next round.
37-37 on the scoreboard. 4:22 left in regulation and a timeout taken. Notre Dame want to talk some things over, as do the Bulldogs. Berman hits a big free throw to tie us back up, and he has been big down the stretch. With 14 points now, Jude Berman, him and Desai really been the focal point of offensive attack in this one. Ethan Rich still with 7 points. All 7 of those points, however, came in the first quarter. It's been quite some time since Rich has been able to do some damage on the offensive end. You wonder here maybe, Daniel, if Rich comes back into the game and they try to draw something up with him, knowing that Notre Dame has Gatete on the bench and a bit of a size mismatch down low.
Yeah, that would make sense, especially if Rich entering the game here. That's got to be something you got to work on heavy and just continuing to press on.
Nearing the 4-minute mark. Charlie Scher over to Rankin. Here's Foley. Rich out on him. Foley pulls it out and gives it to Rankin. Moore with Berman on him. Works it over to Foley in the corner. Foley, baseline, pumps, and he gets hit, and there's a whistle.
Yeah, you got to start to think that Foley's going to be their guy to go to when they need a point. You got Desai and Rich locking them up.
Foley with 16 tonight. Had 16 against Hopewell Valley in the victory back on January 16th. As he hits the first. Can't hit the second. Loose ball into the corner. Saved by Ale. Back to Foley. Rankin patiently waiting. Sure, with Yanamick on him. Here's Foley. Breeler on Foley. Pumps it 3. Puts it on the deck. Almost walked. Driving Sure to the cup. Count it. And a chance at one more. Charlie Sure getting the continuation. And immediately Matt Stein questioning that.
Just an incredible possession there from the Irish. Showcasing some incredible skill.
Sure with his first basket of the night. Sure hits the big free throw. 4-point lead for Notre Dame. 3 minutes to play in regulation. Breeler over to the corner. It's Berman. Foley on Berman. They want the mismatch with Rich on L. Now a screen. Berman pulls from the elbow, blocked by Foley, and a bailout whistle comes in. Just about as late of a whistle as you will see in this sport. Jude Berman shooting 2. Hits the first. And hits the second. Back to a 2-point game.
Tale of questionable calls tonight, Mike.
Foley gets fouled. Just the third team foul now against Hopewell Valley. Both teams with 3 fouls apiece. Something to watch, though. Notre Dame, Will Foley with 4 fouls. One more until he is out of this one, so he's going to have to be careful.
That'd be a huge loss for that Irish squad.
Ale works it over. This is Foley. Pass into Ale, stolen by Berman. Hopewell Valley can take the lead with a 3. It's Breeler. Sure on him. Under 2. Berman thought about a 3. Final 90 seconds and change. Berman kicks corner. Breeler knifes in, looking for Rich. Bodies hit the floor, and a foul going to be called against Hopewell Valley. That's the 4th team foul against Hopewell Valley, and the 4th personal foul, or the 3rd personal foul against Ethan Rich. Josh Gatete comes back in for Notre Dame. 1:29 to play and a 2-point advantage for Notre Dame. Gatete with 4 fouls along with Foley. Rankin draws a foul, and he'll head to the line to shoot 2. Milan Desai and Josh Gatete having some words.
Tell you what, Mike, I hope the whistles aren't this loud on Super Bowl Sunday.
Me neither, buddy. Me neither. Rankin can't hit the first at the line. Owen Gojaniuk comes into the game. And Will Foley takes a quick seat. Second shot rims out. Rankin comes up empty. Still a 2-point game. Here's Berman. Gojaniuk on him. Driving, kicking. Desai, a corner three. Can't get it to drop. Last touch by Ethan Rich. Back Notre Dame's way. 1:10 to play. Foley back in. Gojaniuk comes out. A strategy we'll probably see down the stretch. Foley able to haul in the inbounds pass. Clears the timeline, works it to Rankin. 2-guard high set, Berman on Rankin. Backdoor cut. Here's Gatete. They say Moore walked first. Wow.
I'm stunned.
Very close to call, but the call was made. A walk on Wyatt Moore. Bulldogs can take the lead with a 3 under a minute to play. Desai gets a screen from Yadamick. Knifes inside, puts it up and in. Desai gives the Bulldogs a tie at 41 apiece. Rankin clears the timeline. Foley on the bench. And Tim Stevens calls a timeout. 28.4 to play in regulation. Tied at 41. The Irish can play for the last shot if they handle this possession correctly.
It's anyone's ball game right now, Mike.
Up for grabs, a trip to the CVC semifinals on the line tonight on WBCB. Familiar foes in the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs and the Irish of Notre Dame all knotted up at 41 apiece. If your school would like a game, any game video streamed on WBCB, contact our sports director, Brianne, at WBCB1490.com. That's Brianne, B-R-E-A-N-N-E, at WBCB1490.com. (41-41). 29 seconds on the clock for Notre Dame. Possession in the half court. The Irish victorious in the lone meeting from the regular season between these two. A 37-34 win back at Notre Dame. Led by Will Foley with his 16 points and clutch free throw shooting from Charlie Scher down the stretch. 28.4 officially on the clock. It's Wyatt Moore to inbound. They work it to Rankin. Desai on Rankin. Here's Moore. (12 seconds). 10 seconds. Scher in the corner. Looking down low, Gatete, he gets hit, and he'll shoot two. 4.3 on the clock. 2 free throws for Josh Gatete.
This free throw is everything. This could win them the game.
4.3 left in regulation. A timeout called on the floor. Tim Stevens talking with his squad. Gatete remaining at the line.
All of the pressure in this building riding on one player's back right here. Josh Gatete. For a chance to go to the semifinals.
Josh Gatete, the senior, at the line. Foley with a bit of encouragement before these shots. Can't hit the first.
It all comes down to this right here. Hold your breath.
One shot for Gatete at the line. He hits. Notre Dame by 1. Matt Stein with a timeout. 4.3 seconds to go and a 1-point lead for Notre Dame, but still plenty of time for Hopewell Valley with 4.3 seconds and the distance of the floor to go. What a game here tonight. You're watching the Haldeman Ford Game of the Night on WBCB. What more can you ask for?
Moments don't get bigger than that. The lights don't shine brighter. That was a make or break shot.
Stick around post-game. The Player of the Game interview presented by the Italian People's Bakery.
Hopewell Valley just might need a miracle to get back into this game. They got to get the ball all the way down the court in just over 4 seconds. I want to say 4.2, but this is going to be everything.
I believe it's 4.3 officially.
4.3.
Distance of the floor to go for Hopewell Valley. They just need a bucket to win. Notre Dame needs a stop. Owen Gojania comes in for Notre Dame. Full court press on for the Irish. Notre Dame does have a foul to give before the penalty. And another timeout taken before the play could start. Looked like Yadamick came over to the sideline as they were going to try to go sort of a football-style play, as the rule does allow that if you have a player on the court come over to the inbounds line, and as long as his 2 feet are down and out of bounds behind that inbounds line, he's allowed to catch that sideways pass over to him, and then you can start your inbounds play that way. We've seen that done a plethora of times at the college level, and mainly in these type of scenarios. 42-41 the score. Josh Gatete, his big free throw gives Notre Dame a 1-point lead. Matt Stein and the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs, the 3 seed, looking to draw up a perfect play to earn a victory here tonight.
Hopewell Valley with an opportunity to make this place erupt. Like we said,
you see one of the assistants in Notre Dame's coach, Eric Becker, asking the official he has to have 2 feet down out of bounds when he catches it. And the official did confirm that with him, so we'll see how the Bulldogs approach. Breeler struggling to get it in. He calls another timeout. And the Bulldogs giving a couple of different looks here to Notre Dame with their inbounds looks. That time they used Yadamick to kind of set a screen on the defender hounding the inbounder. But Breeler that time didn't really have any clean looks on the inbound. So thus forcing the timeout. It's been a fun one here tonight on WBCB. He's Daniel McDevitt. I'm Mike Warren. Makai Gundy producing tonight's stream. The crew, great to be with them and great to be with you here tonight on WBCB. Can't ask for much more down the stretch. A trip to the CVC semifinals on the line tonight.
Hold on to your seats.
4.3 on the clock. Hold on to your seats. Indeed, Daniel, we're coming in for a landing. Breeler will inbound. Get Tate to pressure. Breeler gets it in. Yadamick. Yadamick might have traveled, but the timeout call comes in, and Tim Stevens all the way out at half court.
So it looks like they'll get 1.6 seconds to work with. And now from half court.
I don't know how you decipher where this ball gets spotted at the side inbound, because the timeout call came in right when he was around midcourt. And I'm not sure if they'll have this inbound in the half court or behind half court. We'll see where they put it and how much time, if any, they put back on the clock. Looks like they're adjusting it now. There was 1.6 up there, and I feel like this is going to go back to 2. It does. So 2 seconds left. And a full timeout now on the floor. And it does look like Hopewell Valley is going to have an inbound just next to their bench in between the scores table. So a much easier look instead of the full court look.
It's going to be interesting here to see who they feed the ball to.
I'm surprised only 2.3 seconds came off from the time he touched the ball to the time he got past midcourt.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point now that I think about it.
Final seconds of the timeout ticking off here on the timeout clock. That's what they're waiting for.
Once again, all on the line.
Hopewell Valley, one final shot, 2 seconds on the clock. Breeler, the inbounder. Looking, lob, Gatete with the steal. Notre Dame is going to the CVC semis. The Italian People's Bakery Player of the Game interview is next on WBCB.
Hamilton Township in Mercer County is fortunate to have many fine businesses that serve our community. Saul Funeral Home is a fourth-generation family-owned business proud to support our local schools and community. Their compassionate and caring staff is there for you and your family. They'll bring the closure you deserve while also celebrating the life of your loved one. Visit their website at saulfuneralhomes.com. That's saulfuneralhomes.com. Saul Funeral Home at 3795 Nottingham Way, Hamilton Square.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota is the choice for your next vehicle purchase or service this season. With new Toyota models available for
Welcome back here to Hopewell Valley High School. In thrilling fashion, another victory for Notre Dame over Hopewell Valley, 42-41 the score. And here come the boys.
Yes, sir. Go.
A big-time win for Notre Dame tonight, a one-point victory, and Josh Gatete, a large reason why that one-point victory is in favor of you guys tonight. A big free throw there down the stretch. Josh, how's it feel, man?
Man, it feels great, you know. You knew coming into this game they're going to be a tough team. They're not going to, give up fighting. And, it was like their revenge tour, so, we didn't let that get in our heads, and, we just kept fighting, and that's what we did. You guys have a different number of ways where you can get wins on the season. We've seen it time and time again. You can win big, and you can win close. Wins like this against a physical team like Hopewell Valley say a lot about your squad. You have a lingering matchup with Lawrence or Hightstown coming up next in the CVC semis. What do you think you can expect in that one? Same thing. They're going to bring in the fight, no matter what team wins, we're just going to keep fighting and try to get it to the finals.
11 points for you here tonight, a big win and a big matchup for you going up against Ethan Rich. Second time around, how'd you feel matching up with him, and how'd you feel about the game plan as a whole from Coach Stevens?
I know last time we played him, I know what they had. He looked a little bit dominated me, but, I learned from my mistakes. And, I just brought it to this game, and that's what I did.
Well, you brought a great intensity tonight, Josh. You earned Italian People's Bakery Player of the Game. You got a gift certificate there. Get yourself a free sandwich.
Yep.
Enjoy this one with your team, and we'll see you guys next week on Wednesday night.
See you there.
Either against Lawrence or Hightstown. We'll see you there.
Yep.
All right, Josh Gatete, our Italian People's Bakery Player of the Game. We'll be right back here on WBCB to tally up the numbers and thank the sponsors. You want to come on for final thoughts?
there really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota is the choice for your next vehicle purchase or service this season. With new Toyota models available for immediate delivery and over 100 certified used and pre-owned vehicles for any budget, plus service specials to keep you on the road to victory. Shop or schedule online at teamtoyota.net or choose one of our 3 locations in Langhorne, Glen Mills, or Princeton. Are you part of the team?
Back here at Hopewell Valley High School, the host for tonight's quarterfinal matchup between the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs and the Irish of Notre Dame, who escape the dog pound with a 42-41 victory and advance to the CVC semifinals coming up next Wednesday night on the 12th. Here on WBCB, we'll have that action for you as our coverage of the CVC tournament continues here on WBCB. What a win for the Irish here tonight, Daniel. Your final thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I tell you what, I saw one thing out here, and it was a lot of adversity. So many challenges they overcame in this game. They had so many things they had to overwork. Trouble with penalties getting called, not getting balls to fall in the net. It was just so many challenges they faced, but every time they were able to overcome it and keep themselves in the ball game. And honestly, not even just Notre Dame, Hopewell Valley playing such an incredible game.
A great game. It always is when these two schools get together. Doesn't matter the sport, they always deliver. One of the better rivalries here in Mercer County did just that here tonight as Notre Dame escapes with a victory. 42-41 the final. The Irish improved to 15-7 now on the season and advance to their first ever and the first ever CVC semis here on WBCB coming up next week. And we will have the full schedule of games on our Twitter account. Follow us on X and on Twitter, WBCB_SN, for scores, updates, and broadcast schedules as well. Take a look at the numbers one final time tonight. Will Foley with 17 to lead all scorers. Right behind him, Jude Berman for Hopewell Valley with 16. Milan Desai with 14. Josh Gatete with 11. Wyatt Moore with 8. Charlie Scher and Miles Rankin with 3 apiece. And Cooper Breeler with 4. Ethan Rich finishes with 7 here tonight for Hopewell Valley. A 42-41 victory for Notre Dame. I want to thank all of our sponsors who made tonight's broadcast possible. Team Toyota, the Capital Health System, NJEA, the Revere Restaurant, Kessel Dermatology, Notre Dame High School, Jammer Doors and Windows, WBCB, Haldeman Ford, the Italian People's Bakery, the Trentonian, Hyundai of Trenton, Saul Funeral Homes, Mako of Ewing, all proud to bring you tonight's coverage on the WBCB Sports Network. For my broadcast partner, Daniel McDevitt, Makai Gundy produced tonight's stream. My name is Mike Warren. One final time here from Hopewell Valley. The Bulldogs dropped this one in excruciating fashion, unfortunately, and the Irish victorious by a final of 42-41. The CVC semis up next for Notre Dame. We thank you so much for tuning in here on WBCB tonight.